Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video, so we can kind of update the DOKKANFEST TUR tier list here. Super 17, the newest DOKKANFEST release, right here, this character. It has been a very long time since we've updated one of these, because we have not had a DOKKANFEST TUR since our boy Goatcha right here, Yamcha. DOKKANFEST Yamcha came out in, November 30th, I believe? So it has been quite a while since we've had a DOKKANFEST TUR. Now we're going to get, numerous TURs. The release schedule probably should look something like, DOKKANFEST TUR, there'll be another one on March 18th. I think there'll be another one on, March 30th or April 1st or something like that. We'll probably get a Yellow Coin LR on, April 15th, and then we'll get a dual DOKKANFEST of 2 TURs at the end of April. So, over the next, 50 days or so, we are going to have a lot of major releases here that we're going to be looking at, which is good, right? There was not significant power creep, so Dokkan has a really nice chance to fill out some of these teams. In particular, I feel like I would really like, the Cells, Boos, Zamasu, these types of characters to potentially be filled out a little bit. I think that would be really nice. All right, let's just go ahead and jump in. Now, I feel like the end of this list is it's kind of tough. I feel like spot 9, 10 to 15 is probably a little bit up for sort of grabs here. I do like what the tech androids are able to do still. Wow, damn, the 2021 release, but their active skill Ghost Usher is really powerful. It's just a significantly buffed version of Pycon's. You could take this character into EZA's, Battlefield, Cell Max, Red Zone, all of this. This is a character that will perform better the shorter the fight is as well with their active skill Ghost Usher, which of course is a thing right now. Many of the toughest fights are more on the shorter end. So I do like this character. They can get cucked if you're not going to get a lot of key spheres, of course. They do have a key blast nullification as well. The thing with this character, right? Androids itself, this type of android is buffed. Cell characters, I think, are kind of in the mud a little bit because they don't have, this type of android, you're running off of the Gammas. The Gammas are like the gods that can just carry along the rest of the team. Cell doesn't have that. You could sit there and say int Cell all you want to, but he's a bum before he transforms, and even after Cell transforms, it's iffy in slot 1. So it's just if I'm running the Android team, I'm not running Cells at all. I'm just running these types of, Android Assault, type characters. This guy, 19 and 20, these types of characters more so, along with Super 17 and stuff like that. The Super 17 character, of course, makes this unit definitely still stand on here. But Androids are in a pretty good spot, mainly because of the Gammas propping them up, right? Next, we have Tech Pan here. Tech Pan, not my type of character at all. This is, again, kind of like the blue Kaioken Goku sort of type character. I'm not a fan of that type of character for blue Kaioken Goku either, but I'm not going to come on here and lie. He's the strongest TUR, right? I'm not going to, whatever. I hate the character, but yeah, he's that guy. I don't know what to tell you, right? It's kind of a similar thing with Pan. Pan was definitely buffed, I think, big time, because one of the most versatile, ridiculously busted characters is the best unit in the game, which, oh, by the way, is Goku GT, right? Which helps Pan a lot. The best unit in the game being the character that can activate her unit super attacks and let her do her active skill. There's no point in running Pan unless you're going for her active skill. This is the value of this character, is this just nuclear bomb she can drop with this. And it's you could combo this nicely with that GT Goku character and stuff like that. Pan is solid. I do wish that all they had to do is make her 50% damage reduction just be in slot 1, and she's a significantly better character, but I mean, she's definitely good, right? I don't feel like I want to push her off the list or anything like that. I'm not a fan, but she was buffed by GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Next, we bring in Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta's hung in there well. Remember, guys, remember. Defense will always age better than offense, right? As these offensive characters just get wiped away by stronger offensive characters, typically these strong defensive characters can still hang around as kind of the difficult event like shifts up, right? Right now that's not happening, but don't be shocked if 6 months from now some big strong event comes up and Majin Vegeta is working better than many of the characters around him because he's more of a defensive character, right? Yet again, I want my flowers. That full dodge build for Majin Vegeta very obviously was the correct build for him. All the morons were wrong. I will take my W there. Thank you. Majin Vegeta is good. You do want to run him with Vegeta and Trunks, right? He is still conditional on having a Trunks on the team, but this character can perform pretty well. He is in particular very potent with Vegeta and Trunks because he can create key spheres, which then Vegeta and Trunks can heal hundreds of thousands of HP since they're a huge defense character, a huge defensive stacking character, and you could just heal like crazy with your boy Majin Vegeta. I like Majin Vegeta. Again, pretty strong defensive character. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab Captain Ginyu right here. Now, Ginyu's team is certainly, a bit weaker than it was a year ago. It's more so just that stronger, better characters have come out since this guy released, right? You got to remember, this guy was the third 200% leader. There was not very many characters who were super ridiculous when Captain Ginyu was sort of, just initially released. Now there have sort of been other characters, right, that have, come out that look really good. Ginyu is still very powerful. The thing is that Ginyu is definitely going to have a shelf life because eventually, his sort of like other Ginyu Force characters probably would fall off. But we'll see. Raccoon and Goldo are going to be good, right, the way they are guarding and stuff like that. I like Ginyu. He's still doing so much. Super effective against all types. He has support. He has the mid-battle transformation and heal. He's stacking defense. Then over here, he could have a scouter. He's got dodge. Ginyu just brings so much to the table. He's just very good. Again, Ginyu really does just bring so much to the table. I am comfortable with him at 7. Next, we have the DOKKANFEST Tech Bardock. This guy just came out on Global. I saw a lot of people saying he sucks, but it's like, compare him to other characters. Like, is Bardock worse than, like, AGL Cell? No. AGL Cell on turn 5, once he becomes perfect, or turn 6, yeah, he gets very formidable. But, like, I will take Bardock in this current difficult content meta, fights like, Red Zone Cell Max and the Metal Cooler Core and stuff like that. Bardock giving you the first 5 turns of a scouter is very, very strong. It's like people, I think, I feel like a lot of people just don't get a good grasp of what characters' roles are really supposed to be. This guy is giving you that scouter for the first 5 turns. This is his big strength, right? And it's like, he can do some damage, right? If you're getting the rainbow orbs, you're critting. If you build up his 3 super attacks, he can get to reasonable attack and defensive stats. He's not going to be able to tank, like, the biggest boss's super attacks, but he can hold up well, and then he gives you the scouter on a strong team. Bardock is fine. He's a good character. This, initial 5-turn scouter should be usable for a while. Bardock would be hurt if we would get super long, difficult content. But again, as I've been saying recently, is that actually even coming? Probably not at this point. Next, I actually would, I think, put in the DOKKANFEST Super 17 right here. They're good, but this is not where they should be. I do feel like this is a very heavily flawed and fumbled release right here. This character's good, but I don't think, like, I'm sitting here and it's like, yeah, like, I'm this is where I put them. This character should be 1, after anniversary character. I just feel like they weren't made strong enough. The problem for this character is twofold, right? I think that the units around them will struggle on their own team, join forces and target Goku. And then I also think they have too many, like, ridiculous restrictions on their kit. If they simply just led the android team, that would make them significantly better, right? And running their team and stuff like that. Because then you cycle in the Gammas. You get MVP Power 17's Easy, who is very good, right? Like, you get those types of characters on the team with this unit, which will work good. But, like, a lot of these joined forces and target Goku characters, I don't know. Now, again, when you transform into Super 17, he is very dominant. Super 17 himself, he does feel on par with the Gammas and Kid Goku to me. He does. I do think that this guy is on that level of strength. But even he has a very annoying restriction as well. I mean, to be fair, I guess he doesn't need this to be good. But, like, this is still very solid right here. This Ki Blast nullification, it should have just been he does it whenever. Right? Like, you know, Goku in their fight is just shooting out Ki Blasts at him every second, right? And, you know, it's not until, you know, 18 is continually shooting at him, which he's absorbing, and then Goku, you know, finishes him with, like, a normal attack. It's not like that fight wasn't going on, and Goku's like, oh, I haven't damaged him at all, so I'll go ahead and slap him with the 10 times Kamehameha. Like, this restriction hurts this character a lot. He should just have the nullification. In my experience, too, a lot of times you're not even healing HP, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe they released this guy specifically for the anniversary event against those types of tough enemies. I could definitely see it, but to me, this just isn't really good enough. All these restrictions he's got. His damage reduction right here should not be gated for 4 turns. He should not have to get hit 10 goddamn times when we're allowed the privilege, the luxury of transforming on turn 5 only if HP is below 70%, and then the bastard has to get hit 10 goddamn times. It's insanity, right? He is very good, but I can't put him above Yamcha. I mean, we might as well just fill out the rest of the list, right? So we have Yamcha, we have Gamma 2, we have Kid Goku, and then again, the status quo remains Gamma 1 at the top. I see no reason to change sort of the top of these rankings here. So let's go ahead and fill this in. So we have Yamcha at 4. We have Gamma 2 at 3. We're going to have Kid Goku at 2. And then we're going to have Gamma 1 at 1. This is what I think we are looking at in terms of the list right here. Now, Yamcha is very good. I think that Yamcha, they could have made him a bit better. This character, to me, would have really filled out nicely if he had a 70% chance to dodge, rather than the 50% chance to dodge that he does. But guess what? Dodge is the strongest mechanic in the game, so this will allow you to work incredibly well, right? Yamcha's another character who might get more play, you know, a year down the line or something like that, than some of these other characters, because Yamcha's actually able to dodge. He's got a built-in chance to crit and stuff like that. Like, Yamcha's got a nice kit. He has a strong team. He's got the stun. Yamcha just has a lot going for him. The one thing that is unfortunate is that this right here becomes a separate stack. If this actually stacked on top of his dodge, he would be so busted. Because it's like, you know, with 5 super attacks, which he could do in a turn, he would get to a 100% chance to dodge, right? Well, he could do his active and then 4 super attacks, right? But, like, that would make this guy so crazy. Even just 3 super attacks would get him to an 80% chance to dodge. But the way it works is it just becomes a separate chance entirely. So he would have his 50% chance to dodge. Let's say he does 3 super attacks, then he'd have a 30% chance to dodge, and then he would also then have a final chance of his hidden potential system, right? Is the way this character works. You give this guy full dodge, and he could put up a lot of damage early on, right, with his huge intro buff. A decent character. Now the top 3, it is difficult for me. Like, it's tough. Like, they're so close. I feel like Gamma 1 is clearly number 1. And it's like, I don't feel comfortable really splitting Gamma 2 up too far from that. Because Gamma 1, he becomes this ridiculous DOKKANFEST LR level character for sure. But, like, a lot of it is having Gamma 2 next to him, right? Like, so it's like splitting them too far up, I feel like doesn't really work well. They have got to remain tied together. I think Gamma 2 right now, the way he is fine. He is ridiculously powerful with all of his attacks. Defensively, I've never seen him sell with normal attacks against some boss. It would have to be some incredibly niche, very unlikely situation for Gamma 2 to get taken down by normals. He needs to get one-shotted by, like, the Metal Cooler Core or a Textile Max or something like that. The one thing I feel like people often forget about with the Gammas and how ridiculous they are, you guys realize these guys are supporting, too. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, they really were just like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, the Gammas are cool. Like, we'll just make them. Like, they're so stupid. These characters are so ridiculous. Like, it's like, if you really sit down and look at what these characters do compared to every other, TUR, essentially, it's insanity. Like, how much the Gammas actually do, right? Having, this guy's got a nullification. He's got support. And Gamma 1's got support. He has a far weaker only a dodge counter against melee supers, which is not nearly as good as Gamma 1's or Gamma 2's high chance to nullify Ki Blast supers, but still useful stuff. Then Kid Goku, I just feel like Kid Goku to me is definitely better than Gamma 2, but I don't feel like I want to put Kid Goku above Gamma 1, so it just creates this kind of like, regardless, these three are the top, right? Like, I feel like you could mix and match them around. I am very uncomfortable putting Gamma 2 above Gamma 1, though. No. I mean, neither Gamma needs each other. They both can be ridiculous even without each other, but I don't know. I feel like Gamma 1, like, he's got to be 1, man. Like, he's too good. Gamma 1 is too good. And then Kid Goku is ridiculous. This ability is just so uber busted. Please give this to more characters. This shit is just so crazy. When you're running strong defensive characters, Carnival Goku, Tech God Goku, Vegeta and Trunks, you're running teams of, like, those types of characters, and you will see how much of a god this Kid Goku is. This is such a masterclass in design. It's insane that, like, this guy drops, and then, like, 2 months later, they drop, like, Beast Gohan, right? And then, like, 2 months after that, they drop Super 17 filled with all these annoying, stupid... The problem with this character, they built this character in a very unfun manner, right? This is a character, it's very frustrating when it's like, all right, we reached turn 5, oops, we took no damage, we can't transform, and then, oops, we died because we're not in, Giga Powerful Super 17 form, we're in just 17 and 17. Now, 17 and 17, they are good, they do build up their dodge chance and stuff like that, but you guys get what I'm saying there. So, yep, that is how we would do this. In terms of the tiers, I would probably put it something like this. I don't know, maybe I could bump the androids up next to Pan. I probably could. I do feel like I would be very against putting any of these characters above Majin Vegeta. Like, maybe if you want to get, like, AGL Kid Gohan in there at 10, or you're one of these bizarre people who loves, like, Tech Janemba or something like that, maybe, but above Majin Vegeta, no way. Like, Majin Vegeta to me feels like the cutoff. So, like, would I do this? I don't know. This feels too harsh to Tech Pan to do. I feel like I would do this, but Majin Vegeta feels like a cutoff to me. Like, none of these characters down here are going in front of Majin Vegeta. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. Maybe the only one down here who could explode, I think, is Kid Buu. Kid Buu, the content did not explode in difficulty. Kid Buu, if, again, a lot of it is help. A lot of what these characters need is help, right? Like, if we had, I don't know, Buhan. They drop a Buhan who's, like, Gamma 1, right? Then all of a sudden, Kid Buu probably becomes very, very good, right? Like, something like that can happen, but it kind of does need to happen, right? Don't you even dare. This dude, this loser. I'm not even entertaining bullshit around him. Insanity. No way. No way. And then the final thing I like to do is we'll look at kind of what it was. So this is the last Dokkan Fest TUR list we have in December 3rd. Wow, it's been so long, right? So let's see what we got right here. Yeah, not really many changes. I was comfortable putting Tech Pan above the Tech Androids. I mean, you could probably do either or. And then we just slide Super 17 in between Yamcha and Bardock. Yeah, doesn't really things haven't dramatically changed, right? The 8th anniversary did not institute incredible power creep that massively changed the game. So there we go. There is the top 10 Dokkan Fest TURs right now. that top three, I've seen people try. Yamcha is not on their level. I don't think so. Like the Gammas and Kid Goku, Yamcha, he doesn't feel quite that strong to me. Yamcha feels more in par with like these three, right? Like these three characters kind of feel just a little bit above Ginyu. I like this. I feel good about this. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.